Hey guys, welcome back to a new session which is listener in Selenium. In this lecture, we're going to learn what is listener in Selenium, the different type of listener and the features of them. And one of the listener would be a TestNG listener. And then, we'll see the features of TestNG listener and the use case with an example. So what is listener in Selenium? So listener in Selenium are classes that implement specific interfaces in order to listen or track event during the execution of a test script, such as the start or completion of a test cases or detection of an error. Hence, when an event of interest occurs, the listener can perform a specific action such as logging information, taking the screenshot, printing some messages and so on. So on the other hand, we can say listener, it is a special type of interface. It means it comes with a lot of default undefined method. Those methods need to implement with a listener class. Okay. And there are two types of listener in Selenium. One is a WebDriver listener. Another one is TestNG listener. So what is a WebDriver listener? So WebDriver listener in Selenium are events that allow you to listen to event emitted by the WebDriver. Consequently, this listener provide an extra layer of functionality. This allow you to capture and process events such as navigating to a new URL, clicking on an element. So WebDriver, it has its own inbuilt some listener, and those things usually track or monitor some of the event that's happened through the WebDriver, like launching your URL or clicking any link or finding an element. So here are few WebDriver listener. WebDriver event listener, abstract WebDriver event listener. Even firing WebDriver, WebDriver listener manager, or WebDriver listener. Here is the link to see in Selenium official page some of the method for WebDriver listener. I will provide in the description. Okay, so these are the number of the WebDriver listener. Since this class is not about the WebDriver listener, we're going to learn about the listener which comes from the TestNG. So we're not going to spend too much time on those WebDriver listener. And now another listener which is the TestNG listener. So TestNG listener in Selenium are several interfaces that allow you to modify TestNG behavior before and after we execute a test method. Okay, so TestNG listener is our interfaces that comes with a number of methods without a body definition that needs to implement with your class, TestNG class, and those methods job to listen your test methods execution, and based on test method execution, whatever you want to do, however you want to handle for your execution, whether it's a pass, fail, or whatever is happen, based on those event, you can write your code or define your code TestNG listeners methods. Here is a TestNG listeners, some of the methods you can see. Okay, you can see number of methods over here. I annotation transformer, I configuration listener, I execution listener. Here is all of them. I hookable listener, and you can see at the very end, there is a one listener. It's called iTest listener. So this is one of the most famous listener that's from the TestNG listener that we're interested to see how to implement, how to use different features or methods from TestNG listener and the use cases and the benefits. Okay, so those are the TestNG listener. Okay, so as I said, iTest listener is the famous one, and it's this tutorial we're going to learn about this, and it is about invoked before and after a test is run and on test success or failure. So TestNG listener it's execute, it's trigger before or after a test is run, or any test success, or if any test failure. That time, the methods that comes with TestNG listener can do different type of job as per our requirement. And the use case of TestNG listener, or specifically iTest listener. So here is some common use cases. Taking a screenshot of test failure. So if it's a test failure happened, this is the most important one. We want to take a screenshot, see where what functionality got failed and where exactly failed, what method was failed, and so on. So your screenshot will give you much more clear visibility. Logging test result. Okay, so it can help you to create even your test result, number of test cases pass, number of test cases fail, and so on. Capturing performance metrics. It can also help you capture the the time it took to run some of your test cases. Analyzing browser log, and interceptors or for test methods. So those are some use case of TestNG listener or iTest listener. That's what we're going to see with an example. Okay, so let's get back to our Eclipse. So here is our Eclipse. You can see that's the same in the project we're going to use the TestNG practice. And here, as you know, if you cover my previous all of the lecture related with the TestNG, that we have created a number of classes like demo 1, demo 3, and so on, right? So we're going to create another class for the TestNG. Okay, so TestNG we call, let's create it in the same package, create a class. We'll give a name over here. We'll say, listener demo. Listener demo. So listener demo is a class that we're going to create. We'll treat as a listener, TestNG listener, and in this class we're going to implement our iTest listener. Because why? Because iTest listener is an interface. If you don't know what is interface, please check my Java classes. So interface is a class that comes with all the methods without a body definition. Okay, that's so to fill up the body, to create, to have the real code inside the body, you need to implement that class to another class. So that's why we have to implement iTest listener, because the iTest listener is an interface class. Okay, so to implement, we'll just type over here implement, the keyword implements, and then implement what? iTest listener. So you have to write the name as it is. Okay, iTest listener. Okay, iTest listener. Then hover your mouse, and import iTest listener TestNG package. Okay, and here is not, it's supposed to, as soon as you do this, it's supposed to give you another error over here, so that it's automatically implement all the method inside the iTest listener. But it's not showing. It has there is some discrepancy between Eclipse and our iTest listener or listener class interface. So if it doesn't suggest you, you can just search on Google, say iTest listener interface method list. You will find all the methods. You can see those are the list of the methods that usually comes with iTest listener. Undefined method, so you can check any one of the places. Say here, if you see here is those of the methods in the as a document. We need all the complete methods. Say, so maybe it's here, TestNG. So I can see here, let's see, yes, here is a, you can see public class. So whatever the listener class we created and implement iTest listener, it should automatically give you all those method. Some reason it's not giving me, and it is a common issue. It's happened in Eclipse. So you can copy those iTest listener, or sometimes the latest version of the TestNG have some issues. So anyway, so you can just copy and paste over here all the iTest listener methods, right? So you check on Google as I have shown you, and you will easily find it. Okay, so let's see, and hover your mouse over here, and let's see, move your mouse cursor. So there's a package over here, it's, make sure you can see. Let's try again here. Okay, import test iTest result. Okay, so import this package. This should go away. There is another one, it's import iTest context. Okay, it should go away. Okay, so those are the methods that usually it's a default method that comes with a iTest listener, and it's automatically usually give you the option to come over here. But as I said, it is the issue with the Eclipse. Sometimes the latest version Eclipse have some issues with some specific version of the TestNG, but you can easily find all the methods in online if you just search it. Okay, anyways, let's come over here. So here is the list of the methods. So one of the methods you can see, it's called onTestStart. So this is and you see in all of the methods are empty. You can see all of the methods, usually those methods are empty, should be empty. So since I copied from some other places, so that's why it shows it's they did some exercise purpose. So but usually those method should be empty. Usually it comes with the empty method, right? There is no body definition. Okay, there's no body definition. So it means, so this method say example onTestStart. So the body is empty, but the job for this method, it will listen as soon as our test execution will start. All the test cases when execution will start, this method job is listen that at the beginning of your or right before execution start. And if you want to do something over here, you can ask this method, hey onTestStart, show me or do something when all the test execution is started, right? So you can ask anything, so whatever you want. So you have to write the code. That's why this method, it's underneath the iTest listener, it's called interface, because those methods are empty. There is no body definition. Body definition, you have to write the code inside the body. Right? Similarly, onTestSuccess, if any test cases pass, if you want to track them to number of test cases been passed, what test case exactly passed, you can write those things. So example, I can write easily, and to write, here I can say, here one more thing, here you can see as a parameter for each and every methods, there is a class, it's called iTestResult, and for this class there is an object reference which is called result. So result is the object reference of iTestResult. So iTestResult is a class. You can see this class describes the result of a test. So this method, whatever, so onTestSuccess, this method job to track or monitor all the test cases got passed. Okay, and this iTestResult class, this job is to have the knowledge all the test cases, all the test cases got like a pass, fail, whatever's or skipped, or at the beginning of the start. So it will have the iTestResult will have the knowledge, everything related to your test cases. The different event can happen, like beginning of the starts, it will start to monitor. So it will have the knowledge, and if any test cases pass, iTestResult will have the knowledge. If it's any test cases fail, iTestResult will have the knowledge. So it will have the knowledge, all different type of event that can be occurred based on your test cases. So, and this result is the object of your iTestResult. So ultimately you can say this object reference, the result object reference, have the knowledge, exactly the knowledge it has is iTestResult. So it means if iTestResult have the knowledge about all the test cases, on test success, on test failure, the result have the similar knowledge. So iTest result have the knowledge about all the test cases got passed. It means test cases got passed. It means test cases say this is the test cases. So every test cases, whenever a test case will pass or fail, there will be a method name for this test cases. So it means this iTest result or result object will have the knowledge about what's the name of the method that got passed, what's the name of the method that got failed, what's the name of the method that got skipped. So it has all this knowledge. So we can extract those knowledge using this result object, and we can use in our body and get some better result or whatever we want to do. Example, if we say on test success, right? So we say that, okay, whatever test cases got passed, show me name of the test cases. So we can easily say and print it over here. So we can say, this out, then, I can say, to get the name, since result object have the knowledge about the test cases name. So we can just use the result object. We can say result object dot, result object dot get. You can say in this result object there's a lot of methods. You can say get attribute, get host, you can say get start miles, and then get status, all those things, right? So we can say get name or get test name, get, let's see, you can say get name. Okay, so it will give us the name of the test cases that got passed, because this code is only belongs underneath the on test success, and this method's job only to monitor those test cases are getting passed. Okay, similarly, so we can say over here, we can add some probably print some methods, and then we can get the name. So we can say test passed. Okay, then we can get the name of the pass test cases. Similarly, if the test cases fail, iTest on test failure, so we can similarly, if you want, we can do similarly things, like we can set test failed, and then we can get the name of the failed test cases, right? And so the same way, whatever the method you want to use to get to track or alert you whether test cases pass or whether test cases fail, it's totally up to you. You can define the body as you want, as you wish. Okay, so we can, same way we can say let me put it over here. When it's on test start, we can say test is starting, something like that. We can say test is started, and then result.get name. So it will get test started, it will get the name, because this method will start to trigger when after we started execution, when the test cases will execute it. Okay, and that time it will get the name each and every test cases that's started, after it started. So we can see that, now the question is same way. You can, use rest of the any one of the method over here. We're not going to go in details. You will see in our further class, when we'll have another end-to-end project, that time we will use one of the most useful method over here, on test failure one, because this is the most iTest listener method that we need to use in such a way so that we're going to write a code over here. Well, we're not going to know the name of the method, but also we'll take the screenshot. We'll see in our upcoming another project. Okay, so let me, now the question is like, how this iTest listener that's implemented on this listener demo. So this is our listener class, how this listener class or those method will sync or will monitor all the methods we have, all the classes inside the test method, how is going to implement, how is going to track. Is we don't see any integration there is a two way we can integrate. We can integrate our listener class to a specific method. Say example, let me see one of the simple list method. Okay, over here, so this is no, let's see, how about listener demo? Listener demo is did. Listener over here, this, it has a lot, so let's see, demo one, it's how many? It's 1, 2. Okay, there's a 2 method over here, we can see, so we might use the demo one. Okay, yeah, let's use the demo one. Okay, demo one class. So we can integrate this listener class to a specific class, so that time all this method will only monitor all the test cases. These 2 test cases monitor all the test cases in this specific class. Let's say how can we do this? To do this, we can go to our here in our class where we want to integrate this listener class. So we'll add over here at the rate, and then we'll say listeners. We'll use the listeners attributes, and then we'll pass over here our class name, right? What's our class name? Listener class name is listener demo. I believe listener demo, I think dot class. Yes, dot class. Listener demo dot class. Move your cursor, import the listener. So we're going to import this listener over here. Okay, now if I run, let me run this. Let me show that I want to fail, because here we implemented write a code for underneath on test start, on test success, and on test failure. So let me create another failure method over here. Show one. Let me just create another method so we can intentionally fail, and now we can see that is that a failure method working up there. So we can say show one, show, so let's give it show two, test for showing, this is the, I will say fail method. Fail method. I am fail method. Okay, fail test cases or test fail method. To make it fail, we'll use assert true. Assert true. You can see there is a assert true. Assert true. So there is a method. I know that we haven't covered the assertion, so right after this section we'll cover start the assertion. Hang on until then. But here is a assertion. It's a part of also TestNG. It's another features that's help you to do the assertion, like validate between your expected versus your actual results. So if both match, two parameter match, then it's this test case will consider a pass, or otherwise it will consider as a fail. So we can use assert true. So assert true always expect the inside result is true. So if it's result true, then it will consider this test as pass, but I'm going to make it false so that intentionally this test cases get failed. So now let's see listener demo. Here it's giving me some error here. Listener demo dot class, is that a listener demo dot class, right? Yes. Okay, it looks like it's gone. I mean, you need to probably update your project. Sometimes it's not sync, it doesn't able to find this, where is this listener demo class. So just make sure that you update it. You refresh, or you can update your project, right? You can update your project from over here to build. So make sure it's automatically build, automatically sign off, so that it's automatically get update. So then it will able to recognize. So where it didn't able to recognize this class, that's why it's giving some error, but this is right. Okay, so now we're expecting to pass show method show one, but it's expecting to fail this one, and and we're expecting from the listener demo, we said, so on test start, this method will execute as soon as any test method will execute, like this one, right? This will, and then it's supposed to give me this test is started, name of the test. And then when on test success, like two test will success, right? Show and show one, this will success. For this two tests, for each and every test, we're supposed to get to see this method. So sorry for the typo. Test passed, and then name of the method name. And then one test will fail. And after that, the test fail, like this one for show two, for this method, we're supposed to see this message like test fail, the name of the method name. Okay. So let's run this one. Demo one class. Run TestNG. Let's see the report. First of all, we can see the 3 test cases ran, and 2 pass, 1 failure, which is right, which is our expected. So F show 2 failed, right? And then we can see the output here. And you can see also it will give you the assertion error. So this is the use case of benefits of using assertion. It will tell you it's expected true over here, but it found false. Anyway, so over here you can see this pass is 2, it's like show 1, and fail is show 2. But let's see after the pass. Okay, so first is when is test case is pass, test is started, so test is started show. So test is started, it's coming from the our over here, from our listener. Test is started, you can see test is started because it started to monitor all the test cases when it started to execute. So which is the first one is show, and then test it gets this one, test for showing product list. So test for showing product list, you see this is coming from, this result is coming from your TestNG listener, right? And then it's passed. So after that it got passed. So when it got passed, so after the pass, this message, this TestNG listener method got execute. We said it's saying that test pass. So you can see test pass. And then what's the name of the test? Test name is result.getName. So it's saying that show 1. Okay. And then also it's showing that this one for test pass. You can say after the test pass, it's showing this show. And this is again started 1. And then again it's showing this test pass is show 1. And then again for the show 2, it's execute this one, because this on test is started will execute when the test case is started. So whether it's pass or fail, it will start it. So it is started, it's giving you this, execute this method. But when the method is failed, for over here show 2, so method got failed, this line is still got to execute. So this is the message from the fail method, fail method. But after the fail method, this our failure on test failure, this method got invoked. So inside this I said, okay, after any method is failed, you print test failed. So test fail and name of the method, result.getName, it gets the method name, which is the show 2. Okay, so this is the way you can implement your TestNG or iTest listener to a specific class level. But this is partial implementation. This is now, we want to use our iTest listener, in our entire project, entire framework. How can we do this? To do this, we have to use our TestNG XML file, because we know this, we're running our all the test cases, whatever the way we want, include, exclude any method, any classes through our TestNG XML file. And TestNG XML file is the heart of your framework. So this is the one place, one file executed all of your test cases, all of your classes. So definitely we need to implement over here, our listener, so that that listener class will be integrated or implement to everywhere, your entire framework, all of the classes, all the methods, right? So let's say, how can I do this? So to do this, very simple, we have to use in a suite level, there is a called its tag name is called listeners. Okay, so we're going to use, it's called listeners. You can see listeners. Okay, so closing between the listeners. Okay, after that let's hit enter, and inside this listeners we're going to use, it's same way, listener, and then we'll say listener class name. What's the name of your listener class name? You say it's automatically completed. It's the same format we use, like, the parameter, or it's a classes, then class, then name. You can use the same format over here, but it should be after the suite level, so that this listener can be integrate or implement your entire project, like all the it will be implemented to all the modules you have, all the methods or classes you have over here listed in this XML file. So let's put your class, your listener class. So this is the listener demo. So let's put it over here. Listener demo here. What's the class name over here? Listener demo. Okay, so this should be implemented up there, right? So let me go demo one. So here I'm going to just make a comment for this guy, so that this listener doesn't execute again individually for this class. So because now demo one, we have to make sure, so demo one it's enlisted in our XML file. So demo one, demo 3, everything will be covered through this listener. Okay, and let's see. Let me run. So if you run our XML file, the result will be big. So definitely detected TestNG version. Okay, listener demo was not found in a project, in a class. So it's saying that it didn't find the listener demo. Let's see what we did mistake. Anything mistake here? So let me see. Listener. Okay, listeners. We put it over here, and then we set a listener class name, listener demo. Sorry, it's you have to type its project name and your class name, like same format, like when you say your class, like your project name dot your class name. Similarly, you have to say, what's our project name? Project name is test, right? Test dot demo. Okay, listener demo. Save it. It should work now. I see. Let's run it again. Here we go. Okay, now we can see total test run 11, pass 10, 1 failure. We know that's one failure, that's from our demo 1 class, right? From there, right? It should be failed. So you can see, let me see. And from you have to go through all of your classes and methods. You can say to start. So to start is got executed from here, like to start from, it's executed from here. You know what, I will make a comment, so I don't wanna, because it will trigger, this method will trigger for each and every test cases. So let me narrow down because we have seen already the use case for this. This one is test pass. Okay, let's skip the test pass and failure. Okay, let me save it and run it again. TestNG, so that we can see more clear our results. So as it is, you can see in the result over here. Here you can see from the, let's see, the demo one, right? Demo one, you can see the show to is fail, right? As we know. And then rest of them for the search module. So it has a 2 method got pass, and demo it got 2 method pass. Demo 3 is got 2 method pass, and demo 2 it got 1, 2, 3, 4 method got passed. Okay, and let's see the output in our console. So in our console, that's what we want to see. You can see from first is demo, and let's open the demo. I'm not going to go through each and every classes, all the methods. Just I'll show you another one more methods over here, demo, right? So demo, we have a test cases. How many test cases? We have a test cases 1, 2, 3 test cases, right? And this test case is supposed to fail over here, so it's supposed to fail. Let's see here in demo, my first test method. Let's see, where is my first test method? You can see this is the one because it's priority -1. So my first test method got to execute. My first test method got to execute, and since it passed, so our on test pass, one test pass method from the listener class, one test success method listener class, it got executed. So test pass and the name of the method, you can see test pass and name of the method is hello. Name of the method is hello. Okay, then this next one is this is -1, then is this one. So my last method, my last method, you can see my last method, test method, and this is the on test success from the TestNG listener, right? And then this is I before class will run. So this is as it is. We have covered that part, like the before class or after class, those method got executed too. So and it iTest listener doesn't implement on those. It's only implement or only monitor the test cases, which is with the method comes with the test annotation, right? And then over here, test for showing product list, which comes from the, so this was failed. This is failed. That's why it's not showing here. Failed. You can see test failed. Show 2, show 1. It should show here. Careful here. One test suits. Okay, and then it goes to here demo 1, and then we already cover demo 1. So demo 1, it shows show 1, and show 2 definitely fail. Definitely it's failed. You can see show 1 and then show 2, and this is the fail method, right? And then you can see the rest of them, like demo 2. If you go to the demo 2, you can see demo 2, it has a the other methods for the search result 2. This is not from here, this is from another classes, demo 3 probably, right? Demo 3 probably. Search result 1, you can see the method for search result 1. This is search result 2, search result 2, then search result 2. There's a lot of 3 sets of methods, so every method got passed. You can see test message test pass, and then test pass again. Those are all test pass, and this is method name. All of those things is coming from your TestNG listener class, from listener demo. Okay, so you have to go in details. We don't want to spend too much time on this. So this is the implementation, that how you can implement your listener class to your entire framework, entire project, so that whenever any test cases, whether it's pass, fail, and any event occur, and based on the event, whatever you code inside the TestNG listener demo method, it will be executed, and it will create the report or result as per your code over here. Okay, so this is very important topic to cover from TestNG, and it's a lot of times there is an interview question comes up also, like what is TestNG, different features of TestNG's listener, or what's the name of the TestNG listener class or interface. Is it interface or class? The benefits, and then how different methods works, and so on. Okay, thank you.